The concept of extraterrestrials, or aliens, and the history of the occult go hand in hand. These entities are nothing more than the manifestation of demonic beings brought upon by a satanic ritual performed in 1946 called the Babylon Working. Before any mainstream depiction of the archetype of the gray aliens with elongated skulls and buggy eyes, British occultist Aleister Crowley had his depiction of his so-called guardian angel named Lamb, who he later admitted was Lucifer. The depiction of Aleister Crowley's guardian angel reflects perfectly that of the gray aliens depicted in many Hollywood shows and movies. In the early 1900s, Jack Parsons, one of the founders of Jet Propulsion's laboratory, a precursor to NASA, became a follower of Aleister Crowley's religion and in many ways was being groomed by Crowley himself to become his successor. Parsons was even the lodge master of the Agape Lodge of the Ordo Templi Orientis, or the Order of the Temple of the East, which he ran out of his Pasadena mansion in California. Later on, founder of Scientology L. Ron Hubbard would too join Parsons in the Agape Lodge of the OTO, where he would become a Thelemite. In the summer of 1946, both L. Ron Hubbard and Jack Parsons would journey into the Mojave Desert of Nevada to perform a Crowleyan ritual called Babylon Working. Coincidentally, this working took place in the Mojave Desert where Area 51 now resides, the place where, according to mainstream culture, aliens are being hidden by the government. The Babylon Workings, performed by Jack Parsons and L. Ron Hubbard, was based upon a previous ritual conducted by Aleister Crowley in 1917 that is detailed in his novel Moonchild. The goal of this ritual was to invoke and manifest the Scarlet Woman of Revelation, or the Whore of Babylon. Immediately following the first half of the Babylon Workings, Jack Parsons met Marjorie Cameron, who he thought to be the manifestation of the Scarlet Woman. This led both Hubbard and Parsons to believe that the first half of the ritual was a success. Upon meeting his Scarlet Woman, Jack Parsons and Marjorie Cameron set out to complete the latter half of the Babylon Workings. Using the powerful energy of ninth-degree sex magic, Marjorie Cameron was meant to become the vessel for the magical child, or Moonchild, a supernatural offspring that would be the embodiment of ultimate power. The ultimate goal of these operations was to give birth to the magical being, or Moonchild, described in Crowley's works. The rites were intended to open a doorway through which the goddess Babylon herself might appear in human form. And while no supernatural offspring was conceived, the rituals were deemed a success. Shortly after the completion of the Babylon Working, Cameron and her brother were both working at JPL. As the story goes, while on a nature hike around the area, they had both recalled seeing a wormhole appear, and something flew through it. It is no coincidence that just over a year after the completion of these rituals, the Roswell crash took place. This led many occult circles to believe that the UFO phenomena that took place in 1947 was due to the completion and success of the Babylon Workings. Marjorie Cameron confirms it herself. Just over a decade ago, it was considered crazy to believe in aliens, but now it is considered in the realms of conspiracy to believe that these entities might be something that relates more to the demonic realm. This is purely the result of cultural hegemony, where, in order to remain in power, the elite class must indoctrinate the lower class with their moral, political, and religious beliefs. It is no wonder, then, that we see the concept of aliens permeating all mainstream culture, including cinema, religion, and politics. Even at the Vatican, with their telescope that is ironically named Lucifer, they are searching for extraterrestrial life. We are on the cusp of a major disclosure event regarding extraterrestrials, but is there not a more sinister agenda at play? The CIA project, Operation Blue Book, aims to create a fake alien invasion in order to unite the nations of the world into a new world order.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Further, occultist Helena Blavatsky, the founder of Theosophy, spoke about the Great Old Ones, supernatural, all-powerful beings who were to guide humanity on their quest for enlightenment. OTO member Kenneth Grant had this to say regarding the Great Old Ones in connection with the Babylon Workings. The Great Old Ones are nothing more than these extraterrestrial demonic beings. Further, New Age occultist and Luciferian Alice Bailey, one of the founders of the publishing company titled Lucis Trust, which was originally named Lucifer Trust, talks of the coming of a cosmic Christ in her book The Reappearance of the Christ. Using our spiritual discernment, this cosmic Christ that she is alluding to is nothing more than Lucifer, the light bearer. This cosmic Christ can be compared to the many extraterrestrial demonic beings that are being disclosed to us today, and even the Great Old Ones. In her book, The Externalization of the Hierarchy, she details her plans for cultural hegemony, in which the secret teachings of the occult must be exposed to the public in order that the public may be indoctrinated with their beliefs. We see the fruition of her plan today in many books, movies, and TV shows that show the depiction of certain occult dogma, such as the Great Old Ones and demonic beings being extraterrestrials. A movie that showcases this phenomena is Childhood's End, a movie based upon Arthur C. Clarke's original book. In the movie, which is separated into 3 parts, an alien race invades and resides over the Earth. Called the Overlords, this alien race aims to benefit mankind by ending world hunger, war, and famine. While mankind has yet to put a face to their benevolent overlords, near the climax of the film, the leader of the alien race reveals himself to humanity. This depiction is none other than Satan coming to earth in the place of Christ, claiming to be the savior of humanity. We can notice the 2 children by his side, male and female, make this depiction resemble exactly the statue of Baphomet. In conclusion, aliens are not what they seem to be. Rather, they are demonic entities that are being propagated unto the people of earth so that when the time comes, they may be accepted as benevolent saviors of humanity.